Hello, hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today, I don't know when this will be airing. I'm sure it's going to be after Halloween, probably the first week. But so far, Mom is doing good. She got moved over to the rehab again. She was in very good spirits yesterday. They moved her about noon, and so far, so good. Uh, so I don't know when they're going to start doing some rehabilitation on her, but it will be soon. But thank you, everyone, for coming to visit. We're going to work some of these little pieces and parts into the little Lapbook journal, the forest Lapbook journal. I don't. I have decided I'm not going to do a closure of any type on here. I don't think it'll be that big because see, I've still got a lot of and see that white. What was that? That was that fold out or something I put in there. And, you know, a normal person probably wouldn't notice this. I have this ability. If something's not harmonious with my eye, I'll notice it. And I noticed that white sticking out against all of that nice honey colored vintage photo. So we're going to get in here and do that. So Mama will be happy. Okay, now let's look at it. Oh, a little better. A little better. That one spot I must have missed. Okay. So I do believe I have enough room because I don't really have much here. I've got a real big journal card here that was cut from the front cover. I have the little forest word here. And I don't know that I can actually get it in here anymore because I've already got the squirrel on the front. I thought about maybe down here, but I mean, it's going to cover up some of the squirrel. I never really thought about it. It wouldn't look good on the back. And I thought about it being part of the little tucky thing here in the front. But so far, I haven't really figured out what I want there. I might have to make a piece to go there. I think I made him into a pocket too. Maybe that I still have to cover the backs. So I picked this out. I didn't have any greens that really worked in any of my dyed papers. And that goes all the way out to the edge too. But see this kind of pale peachy pink, or it's got other colors and it's real grungy looking. I thought maybe that would do the trick for me. But so far, I'm still guesstimating where that will go. And there was 4 pieces that were like a tall tag. They, of course, also need to have something on the back. And then I'll have all these little fussy cuts. I've got a little bird over here. So I got to cover him. He was from the front cover. These are all from the front cover. So all of these need to be covered. But like I said, the back side had all this foreign language, Spanish or something, and I couldn't like put that around. Nobody was going to know what that said. But I've got, how many of these do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think it's 12. But those were little short tags that was in the pack. And so more than likely, I'm going to choose what I want to decorate this with at first. And then we're going to go and use the rest of them to like decorate up these little brown tags. And to kind of just put here and there. You know, if I needed a little extra decoration on some of these other tags. Or like on the back side of this when I cover the reverse side. I did need this though. We talked about that the other day. And I talked about cutting a few of these out. So I'm going to probably do that and put those on here. But I have this whole stack. Oh, they're going every which way over here. I got this whole stack of my scraps. This is all I have left. And some of them, like this one especially, I can cut that down to be another tag. I have places in here that need stuff. And I just don't think I have a large enough item. Like here, this real big journal card can go in. And then I have the little birdie one, which he might be good to go in here, but I don't have much of anything else. Everything else is small. So we're going to take a few of these and cut them down as well. And so let's just do that. I'm going to go ahead and grab my cutter and try to save whatever I can save here. So we're going to go ahead and just get the guillotine cutter kind of thing. And we're going to make it, I don't know, it's like the part in here that I want to put it in is like here would be a good spot because it's not as deep. See, that's not very, but you could still see it. So let's cut us a piece to go in here. Now, 9 inches is how tall this thing is. So what I want to do is make this, and see, this only goes over to 6, so it's hard to count it. So I've got to do it this way. Let's figure out, gosh, I might have to actually take this off of here. Whoops. So about right there, let's just stop right there. And then I've got this really nice tall piece. We'll figure out where that can go. I'm going to trim this up first, and I think all I'm going to do is just do a cut on the edges. And see, I'm not keeping that. That's history. So we're just going to take our corner punch here. And my favorite is the medium one. I use it for about everything. So there we go. We got that. It's got little leaves on it. I think that looks good. So that is going to go right here. It's not too big, is it? Oh, no, it's just right. Oh, we still have to get in here and glue everything down. That's right. Oh, I forgot all about that. Okay, so I know where this is going to go. So that's ready. And then I need to cut a couple of pieces for the end. And I'm really kind of wondering what I want there. I do have a little bit of this green left. I don't know. I can probably get that out of here. So, let's see. It definitely needs to be 9 inches. And it's just about there. It just has a little bit at that end to cut off. And that white can go. I don't need it. And now I've got to cut all these little finagles off of it. Well, I'm just going to cut it there. I need to get in here to the middle somehow. Whoops. Am I going to be able to do it on here? I think it's too long. Ugh. Alright, let me go over here real quick and do it on this other one. Okay, I've got 2 of these little strips finally cut. It took me a bit. Graylin helped me sort of with the one. So he's a little thinner. Now, I do have to remeasure because one of them I trimmed off and the other one I didn't because they were still a little long. That one's still a little long. And that one is right on the money. So we're going to take that one and measure it up against this one. These little tiny strips are hard to cut. Boy, are they hard to cut. Okay. Now, let's put us a bead of glue on here and put them down. And I think I mentioned the other day, as I've been down there sitting with Mom, you know, I'm not that much of a TV watcher. We put on HGTV because we can actually turn that off and see what they're doing and be able to get the storyline, you know. But I've been cutting my other Stamperia pads that I had purchased out to have them ready to go. There's like tag pages in there. There's like one that has sometimes an envelope and a few other things, bookmarks. And then you got one that has circles on it sometimes. And there's quite a few different ones. They always have the fussy cut at the end, back page. And then you've also got the front page that usually has words and phrases and little things like that that you can put into your book. Anyway, so I've been in there cutting in the different ones, and I've gotten down to the one that is Fortune. And, you know, my eye was always drawn to that one anyway, because it's got a little bit of Egyptian stuff in it. You know me, an Egyptian. Oh my goodness. Love it. Okay, I picked this color because, I guess just because it's against the green sides in here. All right. But anyhow, I've been cutting that out. I'm trying to get those extra pieces out of there. I've been cutting that out and thinking that I would like to make that into a bigger book, you know, a large book. More than likely, I will keep it because besides the Egyptian stuff, we're going to go ahead and glue this together. We're just going to do it. Okay, so besides the Egyptian stuff, there's something about crystals in there. They got a little page about potions or something as well. Now, see, that's that little flap, and all you have to do is a U-glue. And I'm happy to make it big enough to stick well. It doesn't have to be a really thin bead of glue. The thicker, the stronger it will be. So, all right. So I'm going to stick this right here against this spine. I don't know that I've got it. A squiggle wiggled in here somewhere. So, all right. There we go. I got to get it down here because it is starting to dry already. I'm trying to get it in the middle. Let's just adjust it once it's closed. There we go. All right, so let's open it now. Oh, crap. It's always easier to push it down when it's on a flat surface. And with it being the way it is, you know, it's hard to do. But I want to make sure I do have it on the right side of that crease. There we go. See, it was flush with this piece, but you have to open it and close it so you know it's in exactly the right spot it needs to be in. So see, now it's, yeah, because otherwise it's not going to let your flap close. All right, and we're doing the same exact thing to this side. I really gnawed up that paper clip. Okay, so exactly the same situation. And I never had anything else I needed to tuck anywhere, so we're ready to go. Because remember, Mr. Bear was who I was thinking I was going to tuck into one of these areas, and just never did. Okay. There we go. Now let's see if I can get that in the right spot. Oh, this is a a multi-piece here. There we go. We're going to stick that right there. Close it. Then open it again. Is it in the right spot? I got to move it up a little bit. And I'm just going to eyeball that I've got it on the other side of that crease. Okay. I'm going to push that in. Push that in. And then that. Now let's see. Is it in? Yeah, it's good. It's in the right spot. And as long as you're still clearing your middle, you're good to go. But yeah, let that dry real good. And get it in from this side, on the other side of that flap. Yeah. There we are. Was it the only thing I had to glue? I think it was. Hey. Yeah, that was the only paper clips I had. All right, now, what were we going to... We have to put... Where did it go? That little guy just cut. Did I put it back here? Oh, we'll put it over here. Rhoda. Okay. So that little guy can tuck in here. But we do want to make some thumb pull, or whale tail pulls to go in here. So we got to get that done with some of the other scraps. Some of the small scraps that's big enough, but not big enough to make like tags or anything out of. Some of these can hit the floor because they're too small for anything. Now this might make a pretty cool tag. Okay. I still had that. I hadn't tucked that in anywhere, but I probably have enough. I might use that one. These are too skinny. These are too skinny. We'll clear off a bunch of these because they're just too skinny. I have the blues, and I have, oh, that piece is just needing to be rounded off. But it needs a focal on it. There's nothing on there. Okay, I should have done all this earlier. All right. This is a goner. This, I can use the bottom side of this. Okay. And I have a few other pieces over here. This piece can, let's see if I can use it as a tag if I need to. So I'll snip it right there. All right. So this one, just round this off, and this one's ready to be tucked somewhere. I'm kind of all over the place today, so I hope you don't care. Yeah, and all of these little pieces are going to be for the tags, or whale tails. I keep calling them tags. Yeah. And then I had this piece, which I don't know what I was going to do with it. So it's going to just go over here for now. This needs a subject. Actually, let's get in here, and before we do any whale tails or anything, let's just see what I want to decorate with, because there was a few other areas in here that needed more. Like this page, I thought needed a little bit more on it. I don't know exactly what that would be. The squirrel is too big. He's a big squirrel. So I don't know where he could go. He kind of fits kind of cool right there. He covers up that arcana, but you can't see all of it anyway. And the big squirrel is on the front, so let's see if we can tuck him in there. He's in the trees. See if I can get a hold of it like this. So yeah, you just kind of play around. I know it's already sort of busy with the way it is. I'm trying to get a few solids in there so it doesn't hurt your eyes so much to look at it. Oh. But I'm trying to figure out what else was in that, in that fortune kit. Because there was tarot cards and palmistry, you know, reading your palms. And I used to try to learn how to do that. My sister, she had a huge tarot deck. And there was a whole page that was tarot cards. So I'm really thinking about making a little fold up, like a little holder, like a little, you know, like a deck of cards. They come in that little package, you know. I'm trying to think of something like that I could do. Now this, I'm thinking about tucking in this spot here, because this doesn't have anything in it. And the browns kind of work, but we need a critter, something on it. These are fish. We can put them in the water. I've got a few leaves here. I wonder if that might be what I can put over there. This beetle bug, I've never been a fan of him. I have a boar. He's not anywhere that you can see, so he's different. But he's like, maybe I'll put him on the back or something. We do have a bear. Is he too big? Oh, his bum is sticking off. I wonder if that would be okay, though. I can always cut this little bit off here. And the rest of it might be alright. Yeah, let's stick him there because I don't have a bear showing anywhere. Let's just do that. And he might hang in there and not get ripped off or anything. We haven't seen the bears around here lately. We did have them coming through and getting in all the bird feeders and stuff and tearing all that up. And then I think the year after, maybe, I think it was like last year, we saw her with babies because we saw the babies running around out in the backyard. So this year, though, I don't know. Maybe they moved off. Now, this one, I'm going to have to wipe because what didn't get put on here, I got to get that off of there. And then that little bit of a foot area there, I'm going to cut that off because that'll just fray. But let's do that. Just for the heck of it. Okay. Alright, and I wouldn't mind. Did I have... No, I didn't have any words. Didn't have any words. Trying to figure out what else can go up here above the bear. Or if I can even put anything. Maybe I'll just do that. With this pretty little oak. Is that an oak that has acorns? I think it is. Yeah, our deer kind of disappeared there for a while. Because my husband said they were going up in the woods to fill up on the acorns that had dropped off the trees. So, yeah. But they still come back for their corn. My sister has been going out and buying bunches bags of corn to keep feeding them. Okay. I'll do that. Because I think the bear like acorn as well. And I have one here, I think, somewhere. Here we go. So maybe I can put the acorn down here like he's going after it. I guess it fattens them up for the winter to go through. And yeah, we'll stick it like right there, like he's batting at it. There we go. That's good. So that can go in this little sleeve. And he's poking out so you can see him. Now over here, I don't know that it needs something else. How big is Mr. Fox? I love this little fox. He is so pretty. But, nope, that's not going to do it. I do have a bird. Maybe he can hang... Oh, yep. He adds a little color to this green. And it's got a little bit of red and stuff kind of hanging around. So, I think that'll look good there. You're saying, well, you're not putting anything anywhere else. Well, these were my two kind of sore spots that didn't have anything. So I was thinking I needed to add a little bit more to this green to dress it up a bit. Kind of the other spots I think aren't too bad. There's a little bit of a leafy thing here, but I think that can go somewhere else. This side. Now I got another squirrel. Squirrels are everywhere. There's a bird. Now he might be pretty good. He's on like a little stalk of wood. And then there's a smaller one in another direction. So let's see if maybe, yeah, that little bird, because he's looking inward and he's a little smaller, that's why I'm choosing him. Because when I learned the art of taking photos, when I went to that yearbook kind of camp, I guess you would have called it, they said that you want your subject to be looking inward. of your, of your piece, of your scene, because that will then draw your eye inward. That one I don't know about there. I might put it over here because he's got that red head and the squirrel is sort of red. So, let's see what that looks like. And I've got the little oak leaves in here, so maybe it'll help tie all of that in. See how he's got the red up there on his noggin? And let's see. I'm going to open this because I'm going to see about getting these extra fish in here. Because, I cut his tail off and I was never happy about it. Well, that's that fish. Maybe I could make him jumping out and he's going for the bug. Let's do that. He doesn't have to be in the water. Let's do that. Am I going to have to poke this hole again? I think I can get enough off of here that it will cover it. Yeah, let's do that. He's going to go after that bug. He sees the bug leaping, and so he's going to leap. And I had another one of those little bugs in here somewhere. I saw him earlier. Where did he go? Oh, there he is. Here's another one. So maybe I can put that little bug over there to complete this kind of scenario of mealtime. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Well, like I said, this is going to be after Halloween, but my saga of trying to record and see great Halloween movies. I missed Poltergeist the other day, and I'm really sad about it. So I got on Tubi. And don't you know, they have Terror on Tubi. It's channel that they collected all the movies that were scary and all the ones that I would like to see. I did not see the original Poltergeist, but I did see one that was and I think I'm going to make him leap up too. Or does he need to come down here? No, he looks too samey. Yeah, I'm going to make him leap out of the water too. But I did see a newer version of the first Poltergeist. Of the original Poltergeist movie. I saw one that they remade in 2015, I believe it was. And it was pretty good. I mean, I liked where they had those chairs that stacked up. And they didn't have that. They didn't. It's almost like they didn't slowly lead you in, to the main exciting things of the movie to build you up. It's like the little girl hit the TV almost like within 10 minutes. They're coming. They're here. But yeah, it was like almost immediate and she's already on the TV. So, it kind of, you like that little bit of build up. There just wasn't any. But anyway, I guess I could, I don't know if I can make anything out of there or not. But, yeah, so that part didn't excite me as much. Oh, I got a great big eagle here. I'm looking to see what all I've got down in here. I didn't even cut out that guy. But I have a deer head. So yeah, I think I've got everything I want on this page. It's got enough activity. I did need something to tuck into here. And could that be one of these little guys? I can also put a tag too. It doesn't have to just have one thing. I got Mr. Fox up there still. And I do have one of these with fish on it. It's almost like I'd want to put that in another spot because it's just too much the same. Now, the green goes kind of good here, so maybe I'll go with that green one. And do I want another of these? It's, oh, I think the goodies are on the other side. All right. We have flowers and ferns. I love the fern. I'm going to put that fern there. So anyway, I watched that. I watched Poltergeist 2, which had the original cast in it. So that was good. I'm going to throw that out because that's a coming up. Oh, here's a oak leaf. All right. And I like that little, these last two. So yeah, it was, that one was pretty good. It had the Indian. It had that weird old dude in it. He was like some cult leader. Now I gotta do my backside here. Yeah, it was some kind of like a cult leader. And right underneath of their house, that one that got sucked into the void, or whatever you want to call that. Their house had gotten taken into like another dimension through this little black hole, because it actually shrunk into this thing. Anyhow, it left, their base of their house and everything was still there. So that's where they actually climbed down into it. The psychic or whatever she was that went down or went into, how did she do that? No, she just kind of talked to him. She didn't go in anywhere on the original Poltergeist. She just kind of told them things. Because Jo Beth Williams, she's the one that actually got put on the rope and went through. But anyhow, that lady, little short lady, she was in this movie with Poltergeist 2, and that was kind of interesting. I'm going to put this paper over here so I don't get it covered up again. So yeah, it was kind of interesting. There was another one I watched a little later. I'm going to go to town. I saw Warlock on there. And, you know that Hocus Pocus that they show all over the place here at this time of year with Bette Midler? Well, I kept thinking that there was something else similar to that. And what happened to the little kids and everything. But it was never on that show. Now, see, that kind of blends in pretty good with everybody. It was actually this Warlock. And it was where this guy, and I don't know if he was like magically brought to the future or how that worked. But the girl that was in Footloose and with Kevin Bacon, I can't remember her name. She was in this. And it's the Warlock who came to, our time period from way back. He come to wreak havoc because he went to a barn and they knew he was in the barn because the chickens wouldn't lay and the milk curdled, that kind of thing, if you've heard that. And I'm going to put another bird here because he's got his little mate. He's looks just like him, though. Oh, okay. Maybe we'll put him down there. He's just too samey. Let's see what else I got to put there. But it's really cool because it's the Warlock puts a spell on her, and I can't remember what kind of spell it was, but it was aging her, and I don't know how fast it was aging her, but she was getting old fast. What is that? I think I got that hooked up with another one, or no, leaves that's got messed up. Well, that's something we can put in there. So yeah, she was aging, and there was a few tricks and things that they could do to slow down this guy, the Warlock. There was something about he walked barefoot. I think he was barefoot the whole time, but he walked through like a pile of sand or sawdust or something, and they spotted that. So he was telling her to get a hammer and some nails and to hammer them into the footprints. And when she did that, this warlock felt it, and it caused him pain, and it slowed him down. So that was kind of a cool thing. But I remember a lot of these things because I watched it ages ago, long time ago. And yeah, I remembered all of that. I just could not remember what show I had seen it on. Now, I have another one here. And, oh, I could do it up like that. And I could still see the flower of life. Where's the flower? Is that one I saw up in there? I haven't seen any flowers yet. Yeah, so that's a good one. So I'm going to put that one in tonight to watch. And I thought I saw a couple more. Oh, I watched one about Mars, but I fell asleep. But it was like a zombie one. So they were up there for 6-month periods at a time. And a spaceship would bring in a new crew every 6 months, and they would switch out. And they were looking for, I guess, life on Mars or whatever might be below the surface or something. Well, this one guy, he was going to cheat, and he talked the boss into letting him go out with this other dude. And they went back to that area that they were digging, and he falls into this hole. I mean, the whole ground. They were doing drilling, the drill segments that they'll get like this, and it's about this round, to look at, to see what's in there. Well, I guess they drilled and drilled and drilled, and then all of a sudden they fall into a hole because it just kind of opened. I got another little berry here. I think that's a strawberry, so I'll see if I can put that on here somewhere. So anyhow, the guy falls in the hole, and the other one, he calls, I don't know if there's 10 people on this mission or something, but he calls somebody back at the base camp, and they come out, and they can't see the bottom. It's like either there's a lot of water creating a fog or something. So they got this one guy, they put on a rope, and they stick him down in there to find out what's going on. And he could see the bottom, finally, but he couldn't find where they were. He didn't see them. He also saw something else kind of growing down there. And it was some kind of a fungus, something. It was something. And so they pulled him up. He started getting dizzy or something, and they pulled him up, and they didn't quite know what happened to him. So this one girl, she was having a cow about his disappearance or death or whatever. Well, I guess it was his girlfriend. So anyhow, they leave her out there in one of their rovers, and she hears somebody come knocking. Well, I guess it was this guy. He had turned into a zombie. He was really black at that point. It's like all of his skin and stuff had rotted away. And he had more of a skeletal look to him because the point of his nose was gone. So you saw mostly that elongated, nasal cavity thing. So anyhow. Oh, yeah. All right, we have this little deer. So I'm thinking of putting him on here somewhere. He'd be hiding there. I've also got this side that's just got all of the acorns and stuff. I mean, this is maybe a good spot for the squirrel. Maybe on the front here I could put that because it needs a little bit more something. And it kind of reflects him, but he's in the opposite direction. Okay. So yeah, he gets in the rover, he knocks, and she stupidly opens the door. And the rover, they leave it behind. They still kind of have their spacesuits on with a mask and everything. But I don't really even know if they needed that at this point. But of course they get in there and they start they think they can save them at first, or they didn't realize with the mask on what capacity of decay they were. So they get a surprise once he kind of gets his helmet knocked off. But then there they are, starting to kill everybody. They drove a drill through this one guy's stomach, and oh, God, it was just, of course, the usual zombie movie. Death and decay. Okay, I was going to put this little squirrel in here, sitting maybe on a, there's not really a branch for him to sit on, maybe down here. We'll put him down there at the bottom. Yeah, so it was the usual. I saw the movie for The Wolfen. I read the book on that. I don't know. Once you read the book and then you watch a movie, it's not quite the same. Now, I saw The Host not long ago. And I don't know. Is that the lady that wrote Twilight? I think it is. I'm not sure for sure. But this was kind of interesting because the people, there's these people from, or things from outer space that come down. They're only about this big, and they got all these little tendrils, and they're really full of light. But they come down from outer space and get taken into people. And at the point that you start watching the movie, I mean, they've already took over society, basically. I'm still trying to figure out where to put my boar. Maybe my boar can go in here. Right there. So yeah, they'll take people and they will like put a little slit at the back of their head, and these little alien people, they have lived for thousands of years, and they put a slit at the back of the neck, and these little things kind of go inside, and they kind of take over the brain, although the people are still kind of there, because the star is this girl, and she was like, I don't know if you'd call that the resistance, where they were trying to keep away from these alien humans, and they're trying to get supplies and stuff to take back out to their place in the desert. But the one little girl gets captured, and the alien that gets put in her is that she wants to be called Wanderer. And he's about 1,000 years old, and he's very nice. He's a good soul. And so I think this is the way they've done it for years and years, on how they survive. But gosh, that's too close to the same color. But they I don't know. They just, and I can't put him there. Can't put him there. All right, what else have I got? I can't put him there. Should it go on the back? That's a pocket. It's hard to seam. All right, what about here? No, I got that pocket that I'm going to be filling there. And he wouldn't look right with that squirrel. But I like the way that movie goes and works out. It's just, I don't have, unless I put it on like a journal card of some sort, there's not really anywhere that this eagle can go. Now the other place that the eagle is in here. I haven't looked in here yet, so let's see what I can see. I did need to have something in this pocket. Oh, I have a pine cone here too, I didn't realize. Oh, he jumped. Okay. So I have a fox, but the fox is down here too, so I don't, and then he's over here. The fox is everywhere. I have sort of like this. I'm going to go ahead and, but that's going to cover up my, let's go ahead and do this. Let's do one of these. Yeah, that would be good. Now, the only thing I could think of is to possibly put some bump outs on him and make him, hang on, I'm trying to get him. Put some of these little guys on the back of him and have him bumped out from his original there. So let's try that. I don't usually do that. So this is something different. All right, he's trying to go back down in there. So yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can get us a kind of a few rows of these on the back. So yeah, if you've never seen The Host, that is a good one. It's different. It's very different. I mean, they learned to live, these humans that still hadn't been captured, learned to live in this big, it's like one of those things out in the desert. Because they're kind of like in New Mexico or Arizona or out west somewhere. And it's hollow inside with caves. And it has running water and a few other things. And they started growing corn, wheat, something. I think it's wheat. Yeah, it's wheat. In this one area. And the reason they're able to do that inside of a mountain like that is because they learned how the Egyptians did it with the mirrors, how they put the mirrors and things, like kind of like they did on The Mummy, you know, the movie The Mummy. They did it kind of like that. All right, I think that's all I want to do. I don't need that many, just enough to get him bumped out. And yeah, so they did it like that, and it was really interesting. And this wander, now the girl is talking to the wanderer, and vice versa. And the wanderer was sort of working with its own alien race there at first, and then the girl was getting pissed at it because it was going to. She had a little brother that she was trying to protect. She also had a boyfriend that she was trying to protect, and her people as well. So she was trying to get it to not do that. Now, she somehow tricked the wanderer into going into the desert. And her uncle, who kind of runs the place under the mountain, he finds her. And then the reason you can tell they're an alien is they have this really bright ring around their iris. And that tells on them. So, yeah, they realized that she was one of the aliens. And this one guy wants to kill her. He was ready to do it. And her uncle says, no, we're taking her back with us. So, anyway, she ends up back there where her little brother's at and everything. But she starts to really, you know, understand them. And then she still has her feelings for her brother and everything. So they start to trust her a whole lot more. And then the one guy that tried to kill her and drown her, they have this really swift river in there. And once you fall in, you're gone. You're down the hole somewhere. So he was trying to kill her at one point, and then he starts to really fall in love with Wanderer. I mean, they never really said if Wanderer was a male or a female or whatever. So I'm going to put this little guy here, I guess, on it. Or I could put this bird. Let's just put this bird. He needs to be used somewhere else. And I think what happens is they were trying to take out the alien from humans that they had captured that had them in them, and it just killed them. It killed the little creature, and it kills the human as well. So Wanderer was saying, you're doing it the wrong way. She said you have to have kindness in your heart and everything, and you have to coax it out. So she showed them how to do it, and they have these like little cone eggs that these little aliens get, you know, they're sent. It's like a little spaceship. They're sent through outer space on. And so they put the little alien back in there. And Wanderer has decided that she wants to let the girl back out again. And she's willing to die or whatever it takes to free her again. And so they do that. But she's thinking that she's just going to be dead or dying. And they put her in her little shell and everything and left her. And then they're starting to, and I need something in this pocket. They're starting to do the, maybe I'll put our fish here. They're trying to take back more humans, and they're doing it. And then all of a sudden, Wanderer is brought back to life, or is put back into a human, let's say. He was already alive. So they do that. And he says, but I didn't want you to put me in another human, to trap them. And they said, we didn't. What happened was, there was this one girl that we took the alien out of, and she just never woke up again. So they said that, so we decided to use her body for you. And she was this pretty little girl. And I'm trying to move this up where you can see it. So that guy, he got his girlfriend with Wanderer. And the other one got his girlfriend back. So it all worked out well in the end. Oh, but that was kind of a cool movie. I really liked it. Now this creature here, I don't know what to do with him. He's just a weird looking bug. Maybe I can have him going up the tree. Let's do that, because I don't know what else to do with him. I mean, I've got a fox, another hedgehog, a few leaves. I don't know that I'll even use those, but yeah. I don't know what kind of beetle this is, but he's got some mean looking legs and appendages sticking out here. I was never a fan of him. You know, I like bugs, but some of these bugs is funky looking. Especially this guy. Alright, we're just going to have him going up the tree. He looks like he's disappearing into the tree, but that's alright. There. Okay. And I don't know that we need anything back here, but we could put something back here. I mean, we got the fox on that side. I don't think we need the fox again, but maybe the baby foxes would be good back there, because they're just kind of low-key. Let's do that. Put them on. Okay. Kind of like they're hiding in a little burrow there. That'll work. And then the hedgehog. You don't need to be on there anywhere. And I don't need those tree leaves. Okay, that folds back in. This folds up, because then that makes my pocket. What did I do with the... Here's the tag for the pocket. Did the leaf one look better? The leaf one may be better because you can see the leaf. Let's do that. Change my mind. You know I do that all the time. Okay, yeah, I kind of like that because you can see the red in him and in the tail. Yeah, works out better. All right, I think we have used all of the goodies except for Hedgehog and Fox, and I think they've been overdone. So, and then we got to go through here and figure out where each one of these little tags will go. If I can't get them all in here, that's okay. Maybe I can use some of these things for a paper bag journal. All right, and I never did figure out what to do with this. Now I'm going to have to go back through here after I kind of put everybody down and cover, because those tags I already put in here, I got to go back in there and cover them because they've got those other words on the back. Now over here, I had a tuck that needed something. And I didn't even think about that, but maybe I could tuck Forest in there. I also need to tuck this big one in somewhere. I need to round corners. And it also needs to have some paper put on the back of it. Maybe I could do it like that. I'll cover it and then I'll put this right in the middle, or right at the top where you still have some writing room. That may be how I do that. But that's way down in here. Is it too big? I think I came in a little bit on the, or these are stopping it from going all the way in. So it's going to have maybe a little bit of a trim on it. Let's go ahead and trim it real quick. Right along this top edge. Not much, just a hair. Okay. Let's see if that didn't do the trick and clear that. I think it did. All right. And then I don't think I need anything else here. What did I ever do with this fish? The fish didn't have a home yet, did they? This little guy. I'm wondering about putting a pocket. I don't know what I'd make it out of. Let's see. I've got this one little bird thing here. Let's move this over. I'm wondering about making a pocket. Well, I put Mr. Squirrel right there. Didn't even think about it. But I could put a pocket there and put something in it. That would still clear it. So right above the squirrel's head, we're going to make a pocket. Yeah, I cut these out thinking they would be tags or whatever, and they'll be this. Oh, I gotta get going though, because I gotta get up the road to go see Mom, and gotta get something to eat before I get there. Alright, gotta cut all the corners. Now, if the fish never get anywhere to be, that's okay with me. But maybe I'll just stick them in here too. And then maybe one of these. See, that kind of gets hidden. Now, that's where I was going to cut some of those whale tails out, but I don't really think I need any whale tails. Tell you the truth. All right. And there was nothing here. I may put a whale tail here. And I could tuck a few more things in here, I'm believing. If maybe that way. I've got some hairs up there from the fine trimming I just did. Now that one's, oh, that goes in here. Okay. Alright, did I ever put anything in this back one? I don't think I did. Well, rats. So maybe I could do that and then stick a few other things in this front one. Yeah, that'll fit. I've got a deer. Guess I could move this down a little bit. If I have anything else that's got... There's another bird. Oh, I'll do the nest. That's kind of cool. And then it even has like a little print on the outside edge. Alright. Well, I think I'm going to have to get off of here. You probably won't get to see me finish this, but I'll probably do a quick flip through on the next video and let you see how this turned out, because I've still got to figure out what I want to put here. So that's where all these extra strips and pieces are going to come in handy, because I could take those and decorate them up with what I've got left over here. So it's going to come down to that. But I really appreciate you coming by to visit and see what I had going on today. I really thank all my subscribers and viewers for coming by to see me. And I appreciate you so much. All right. Everybody have a great, great day. Bye-bye.